Hey everybody, Mr. Martins here. Welcome to week 5 of COVID quarantine. Hope you guys are doing well. And for this week, we're not going to learn anything new or do any new programming assignments. As you can see by the screen you're looking at, it is quiz time. All right, so it's not like any quiz you've ever written before because you have a whole week to do it, and you can even spend time looking up answers by watching some of my videos, looking at some of the code, reading notes, whatever it is you need to do to complete this quiz. Now, like other handouts that I've given you, by the time you read this video, or watch this video rather, you will have a copy of this in your Dropbox that you need to make a copy of and then fill out. So I'm going to do that now, and just you can watch me do this correctly. So here I am in my school Dropbox, and if you go to Shared with Me, you'll see your loop quiz down here. All right, so I'm just going to right click and I'm going to make a copy of this, and now it's creating a copy of the loop quiz. And we've done this a lot of times before, but I just wanted to make sure with this quiz that we got it right. So it's made it, so I'm going to show the file location, and ideally you should put this in your period 1 ICS folder. All right, just so that it's organized a little better. So I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to bring it into here. All right, so it's in that folder now, and this is the copy that I can now write on and hand in. All right, so I'm just going to open this up. Now, you're not going to watch me do a video of actually doing the entire quiz, but I'm going to go over it with you just a little bit, just to give you a bit of guidance to help you along the way. All right, but like I said, you've got a week to do it, and you can look up things if you need to help you along the way. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you will too, is you're going to put your name up here, right? So in the first question, guys, I'm giving you, let me just make sure I've got the right copy here. Yes, I do. I'm giving you a for loop, and I'm trying to have you guess what the first two and the last two numbers are. All right. Now, there is nothing stopping you from typing this into an idle shell and seeing if you can get it to work. All right. And I just realized that now there's nothing I can do about that, so it might be as easy as just doing that. All right. So for example, this first example, you're going from 21 down to 1, and you're going down by 2 at a time. So the first two numbers are going to be 21 and 19. The last two numbers will be 5 and 3. And as you know from the lessons, it never actually hits that last number. All right, and just to prove all of that to you, if I go to my shell, I can literally type that out. Okay, I can say for x in range 21, comma 1, comma minus 2. All right, now you've got to like print x, so that you can at least see what x is going to be. So if I do that, and there you go. So the first two numbers are up here, the last two numbers are down there. All right, so yeah, so there you go. All right, so complete the other ones accordingly. Given the for x loop, give me the first two numbers you get and the last two numbers you get. Now this one here might be a little bit harder because now I'm asking you to go the other way. All right. Now there might be another question. I'm missing one here, but I'll put one in at the end. So with this one here, I'm giving you the numbers, and I want you to work backwards to get the actual answer. All right. So for example, if I type this in for x in range 394, 3, okay, let me just put that in here, and then I'll just go print x, okay, and I press enter, and sure enough, 369 are the first three numbers, 87, 90, 93 are the last three numbers. All right, so this one's a bit tricky. You're gonna have to think about this. Now you can try different combinations here in the shell until you get the sequence you're looking for, and hopefully you'll figure that out, and you just put the for loop in here. All right, I notice there's one question missing, but it'll be there by the time you get to write this test. In the next one, for this one here, we're basically asking you to just write one line of code within a while true statement. So I'm describing what it is I need to have happen when I leave the loop. And so I want you to just write that one line that causes me to leave. All right, so maybe with this one here, I'll do the first example with you as a more of a program, so you can sort of see how it looks in the context of like a bigger program. Okay, so for the first one here, like say I have a variable called time, which starts at 10, right? and then I have like a while true statement, and then I say, you know, print time is plus time. All right, and this has nothing to do with the answer you're going to give me. We're getting to that, trust me. Then I'm going to say time minus equals 1. And this is the one line of code I'm asking you to enter, is like when time equals 0, break. So I would put that like right here. I would say if time equals 0, colon, break. Okay, so this will work. Like it'll count down to 0, and then it'll stop doing it. So you can see that here, except that something's wrong. All right, I got it right that time. There we go. Okay, then it stops at 1, and then it breaks when it hits to 0. Okay, so this is the only part that I need you to write inside the test. All right, so give me the if break statement for each of these. So I describe them to you, and then you type in what they are. Okay. The next question is just kind of a what do you think the answer is for this one. So I'm asking you what the difference is between a for loop and a while true loop. And you've written enough programs of both that you should be able to tell me in your own words what the difference is. If you're not sure, you can always go back and reread some of the slideshows or watch some of the videos to come up with your best answer. All right, and then your final program here, just on paper, I'm going to ask you to write a simple program, and it basically lets you enter a series of marks and stops when you enter a negative number. Okay, so you're going to use like a loop that keeps going until we get a negative mark. All right, and then as you enter each mark, if it's a passing mark, it'll tell you you're passing. If it's a failing mark, it'll tell you it's a failing mark. If it's a mark over 100, it'll say it's invalid. And then after you quit the program or quit the loop, it'll finish up by telling you how many passing marks and how many failing marks that you have. All right, so I do have this program done. I'm just going to run it for you really quick so you can sort of see what the program does when it's finished. All right, so here I am, enter mark from 1 to 100. So if I enter a passing mark, so I'll enter like 3 passing marks, and it tells me they're passing. If I enter a failing mark, then it tells me I'm failing. If I enter a mark that's too high, it's going to say it's invalid. And if I want to quit, anything below 0, so -1, will quit. Now, if you've kept track, I've entered 3 passing marks, 2 failing marks. So at the end here, it's going to say total passing marks 3, total failing marks 2. All right, now if you're not completely sure how to write this program, I do give you a little hint line by line of what I want you to do. So your job is really just to translate each of these lines into a line of Python. All right, and you're certainly welcome to try the program out first, like in a program window, to see if you get it working, and then you can sort of copy your answers line by line over to here. All right, now even if you're not completely sure what each line translates to, like when I say doesn't count, that means I want you to print something, right? Between 50 and 100, right? That means greater than 49 and less than 101, or less than equal to 100. Okay, so try, like I'm trying to describe it without actually using Python language, but your job is to sort of translate it and just guess as best you can. All right, so and that's the end of the quiz. So when you're done this quiz, guys, I need you to download it as a PDF and then insert it into the Dropbox for week 5. Let me show you quickly how that's done. So you're going to go File, and you're going to say Download, and you're going to choose PDF. Okay, so it's a type of a file that I can easily just open and read. Okay, so just click on that, and it'll download for you, and it'll probably go into your Downloads folder. Okay, now I'm on a Mac, but for your Windows, it'll do the same thing. So I'm going to save it, and then usually, like with Chrome, no matter if you're using Windows or you're using Mac, it shows up down here, right? And then you can like show the file location. So it basically opens it in your downloads directory, your downloads folder. All right, and if I double click this, you can see this is just kind of a like a read-only copy of the test that I can just open up and mark. All right, so this is the thing that I want you to submit to the Dropbox. All right, so I'm going to pretend that I'm a student here just for a minute. So I'm going to go over to actual week 5, which isn't quite done yet, but I've got the Dropbox there just for pretend purposes, and I'm going to pretend that I'm a student, and I'm going to just Dropbox this thing. So if I go to Content and I go to week 5 at home, which is there, and there's the Dropbox there, and I go to Assignment, Okay, and it gives you all the instructions here about submitting the PDF, downloading it, and putting it in here. All right, so I'm just going to add a file, right, and I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to click upload, and I'm going to go to downloads, right, because that's where it is. Now on your computer, Windows, it'll look a little different, but there it is there, and there's the copy of the loop quiz, and open, and there it is, and then just say add and submit. Okay, and then you will see confirmation email sent successfully. So you'll get a little email that says that you did that. All right, and then you've handed in your quiz. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys, because that's going to keep you busy for a while. I don't want to pile on too much work, and some of you are still getting caught up on some of the other assignments. Make sure you get those done first before you attempt this quiz, because they will help you understand the questions a lot better. All right, and then next week we'll move on to our next new topic, but I just wanted to make sure you guys understood the loop lessons that we covered in the last couple of weeks. All right, so good luck, and reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Okay, and that's it for now.